Hi, fifth graders. Today in math, we are doing lesson 1.5, and this lesson is over mixed numbers and improper fractions. So first we need to review what those two things mean. So remember, a mixed number is something that looks like this. It has a big number or a whole number and a fraction. So I would read that 2 1/3. Let's look at another example here. 3 7/8 would be a mixed number because I have a whole number and a fraction. And one more example would be something like 4 2/6. Mixed numbers just means I have a big number and a fraction. The other thing we need to know for today is improper fraction. Improper fractions would be something like this. 10/7. If the top number is bigger than the bottom, then it is called an improper fraction. So another example would be 20/4 because my top number is bigger than the bottom. Or it might be something like 50/3. Top number bigger than the bottom. So those are the two things we're going to be working on today. Let's first look at it with some pictures here. So you'll see I have some squares. We want to show how much of the squares are shaded in as a mixed number. So first we need to find that big number. How many whole squares are shaded in? Hopefully you said 3. 3 whole squares are shaded in. And then to get the fraction, we look at just the one that's partially shaded. So look at that one. What fraction of that last one is shaded? Hopefully you said 1/2. Next, we also want to show that as an improper fraction. So to find the improper fraction, first we're going to count how many pieces are shaded in. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 pieces shaded in. That's going to be my top number. And for my bottom number, I'm just going to look at one square. How many pieces is that square cut into? 2. So that's going to be my bottom number. So 7/2 are shaded in. Let's try another one. Down here we have circles. Let's do the mixed number first. So first I need to find out how many whole circles are shaded in. That would be 4. Then to get my fraction, I'm just going to look at the one that is partially shaded. So how many are shaded out of that circle? 2/3. So my mixed number would be 4 2/3. If I wanted to write it as an improper fraction, to get my top number, I need to count each individual piece that's shaded in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then to figure out my bottom number, I'm just going to look at one of the circles. How many pieces have they cut that into? 3. So it would be 14/3. Just like we talked about yesterday, we will not always have pictures to help us figure out mixed numbers and improper fractions. So we also need to know how to get them on our own using math. So first, let's look at how we change an improper fraction to a mixed number. Sometimes they're going to give us an improper fraction like 10/7, and they want us to make it a mixed number. To do that, we divide. So I'm going to take 10 divided by 7. 7 will go into 10 how many times? Once. Times 7 times 1 is 7. Subtract those, I get a 3. I don't have anything to bring down, so that 3 becomes my remainder. Now, I have to take this information from my division problem and turn it into a mixed number. So to do that, you're going to cover up your remainder. Whatever answer you have up there is your big number. So I have a 1. My big number is going to be a 1. My remainder becomes the top number of my fraction. And the bottom number of my fraction always stays the same. So it's still going to be a 7. So 1 3/7 would be that mixed number. Let's try another one. Here I have 12/5. In order to change it to a mixed number, I'm going to divide. 12 divided by 5. How many 5s will go into 12? 2. Multiply. 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract those. 12 minus 10 gives me 2. I don't have anything to bring down, so that is my remainder 2. Now I'm going to take that and turn it into my mixed number. So first I'm going to cover up my remainder. Whatever's left is my big number, so my big number is going to be a 2 this time. My remainder is going to be my top number of my fraction. And my bottom number of my fraction always stays the same, so that's a 5. 2 2/5. Let's try one more example here. They gave us 39/6. So to fix it, making it a mixed number, we're going to divide 39 divided by 6. How many 6's will go into 39? 6 of them. Multiply that. 6 times 6 is 36. Subtract, and I get 3. I don't have anything to bring down, so that's a remainder. Now I'm ready to write it as my mixed number. So cover up my remainder. That's my big number, which is going to be a 6. My remainder becomes my top number. That's a 3. And my bottom number stays the same, so it's going to be a 6. So 6 3/6 would be that mixed number. We also have to be able to go the other way. So sometimes they will give us a mixed number, and we have to change it to an improper fraction. So here's our mixed number, 3 2/5. To do this, there is an easy way, and I always teach it like this. You're going to draw rainbows. Draw one rainbow along the bottom and one rainbow along the top. To solve along the bottom, we're going to put a multiplication sign down there. And along my top rainbow, I'm going to put a plus sign. Then I'm going to start with my finger down here on my bottom number, and I'm just following my rainbows around. So 5 times 3, that would be 15, plus 2. 15 plus 2 more would be 17. That's my new top number. And my bottom number always stays the same. So what's my bottom number going to be? A 5. Same as it was before. So 17/5. Let's try another one. They're giving me a mixed number, 2 3/8. First, draw your rainbows. On my bottom rainbow, I always put the times sign. And on my top rainbow, we put a plus sign. Put my finger on my very bottom number here, and then I go around with my finger. 8 times 2, that's 16, plus 3 more. So 16 plus 3 more would be 19. That's my top number. My bottom number always stays the same, so it is going to be 8. 19/8. Let's do one more. 1 7/10. Draw your rainbows, one on the bottom, one on the top. What symbol am I going to put on my bottom rainbow? Hopefully you said times. What symbol goes on my top rainbow? Hopefully you said plus. Then I'm going to stick my finger down here at the bottom and follow them around. 10 times 1 is 10, plus 7. 10 plus 7 more would give me 17. That's my new top number. My bottom number always stays the same, so it is still going to be a 10. So I would have gotten 17/10 as my improper fraction. Today on your homework, you're going to be doing these two things. If you need a refresher, make sure to watch the video again to remind you how to do that. Good luck. Do your very best.